We're all set up. I mean, I got the computer ready. You're gonna do your homework.
I'm going to use a hand towel today, just in case you haven't gotten one yet, go get that now if you can. Morning. So for those of you that are already on, good morning. I wanted to remind those of you who are just jumping on here to grab a hand towel. We're going to use that in the middle and at the end of the workout. And then we're going to work on some hip work today. So I'm feeling the need for it. I'm sure that many of you are as well. So we'll get into our hips. We're going to actually start on all fours instead of lying on our back. So giving ourselves just a couple more minutes here for people to get on. Jersey wants to do Pilates this morning too. Hope you guys are all having a good week. This is a much better week for me. My kids are recovering now, or I should say recovered from their wisdom teeth extraction. So that's kind of a relief. And then I'm gonna remind you guys, if you can, to mute yourselves, even though I have muted you. I always like to just double check that. So for some of you who maybe just joining us for the first time, I teach a mat Pilates class, and it is sometimes classical and it's sometimes not. So I get bored with doing the same stuff. So it's an intermediate class, what I teach. So I teach assuming that you've done a little bit of Pilates, but hopefully with my cues, if you've never done Pilates, you'll be just fine moving through the exercises. And if there's something that you're not feeling comfortable with, or you're feeling pain, please do a previous exercise that we've done so that you can continue to work and flow. I am seeing you, Susan, and that is totally fine. So my goal is for when you do the work with me, that you are able to continuously do exercise so that you don't have a lot of stopping and starting, which I know is hard sometimes on Zoom because you're trying to watch the screen and you're trying to watch me. But I would like for you to really try to listen to the cues so that if you didn't have a screen, you could still do the class just by listening to my cues. And Jersey thinks that she's going to do Pilates on my mat. So the goal is to continue to move the whole time. If you're not going to the same reps or the same speed as what I am, that's totally fine. I just want you to do your work for your body and not have a lot of stops and starts unless you choose to have them. All right, so we can go ahead and get started. So if you are just now joining us for, I'm gonna probably have to repeat this as we get late people joining on, but I would like to use a hand towel so that you can use that during our class. Jersey, you're gonna have to move. All right, so we're starting today on all fours. And okay. Move, Jersey. You gotta move. All right. So you're on all fours, and I want you in a tabletop position. So let's make sure that your knees are directly under your hips and your hands are directly under your shoulders. And you're gonna start with your eyes looking between your hands. Give me a big inhale and feel your back ribs expand wide. And on your exhale, I want you to pull your rib cage into you, into the center line of your body. So again, inhale and fill your lungs as wide as you can, taking up as much air. Exhale and push all that air out, helping with your belly to push that air out. Again, expand wide. And exhale. Now you're going to use those big breaths as you inhale, fill your lungs and lift up, lifting your tailbone and looking up, extending your chest towards your mat. Exhale and pull your navel into your spine, rounding your back, using those same big breaths and adding movement. Inhale. Exhale, pull in strong with those abs. Start to create some space in your vertebrae as you round your back. If we were in a class, I should be able to hear that breath. Exhale, blow it out. Good, inhale, extend. Move to what feels good for you today. For those of you just joining us, you need a hand towel as our prop. Keep your shoulders down. Last one here. And come back to tabletop. Now I want you to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and I want you to slide them back down into your back. So eyes between your hands, shrug your shoulders, and then pull using your back muscles, those shoulders into place. I want you to feel your lats, your rhomboids. Pull those shoulders and hold them down. This exercise is great for all of us, but it really works the upper back to help create beautiful posture. Too many of us are looking at our computers and our devices too much nowadays. So this is a great exercise for you to just pull those shoulders down. And as you're doing that, create some energy to lift up through your chest. So your chest and your heart is lifting away from the floor as you lift your shoulders and pull your shoulders back down. I want you to hold yourself in that tabletop position. Curl your toes under and use your belly to just pick your knees off the floor, maybe just an inch at the most. So you now feel those shoulders pull down your back. You're feeling your belly pull away from the mat, and you feel your rib cage pull together. Lower your knees back down. Point your toes. Lift into extension. Exhale, curl and round. Exhale, all that air. Curl your toes under, flat back, shoulders down. Pick your knees up. This is prep work, okay? So we're gonna get into the meat of our workout, but I need for you to practice extension, keeping your shoulders down. Curl the toes, use your navel to pick your knees up. Okay, this is a great way to practice a plank. Okay, you can also do this on your elbows if you have cranky wrists. This is your last one. Exhale, round your back, flat back, curl your toes and pick your knees up. Good, lower those knees down Extend your right arm up, long and away. Eyes still back where they were. Pull your arm to your waist and back overhead. Squeeze your upper back. Some of you who have been taking these Friday classes are probably like, wow, she loves this series. Because I live with people who have poor posture, in my opinion, and I am trying my darndest to correct it. Take your arm out to the side, and I want you to hold yourself here. Now lift from the floor up to your heart to create that flat back. Little circles, little circles. Pull that supporting shoulder down your back and away from the floor. Reverse that circle for 5. Pulling your navel away from the floor. Try to keep the energy in your hips even. Reverse sides. So extend that other arm. Pull the arm straight back to your hip and back out to the side. You've got 5 of those. 3. Really squeeze through your lats. And last one, hold your arm out to the side and give yourself little circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse, circle around for 5. Pull that supporting shoulder down your back. 3, 2, and 1. Extend your opposite arm long and strong, extending your opposite leg long. So from here, release that shoulder, pull it up to your ear, and then slide that shoulder down into the socket. So you're letting that shoulder lift, and then you're pulling it down, and now let's just hold it down there. Now we want to lift the leg, flexing the foot, and lower without moving the hips. So it's lifting the straight leg with a flexed foot, really squeezing that glute, feeling that hamstring, and pulling your ribs and your hip bones together so that you don't move those hips and you don't move your body. The energy is still pulling up from the floor up to your chest. Now I want you to hold your legs straight, place your arm back down. There should be no shifting. Bend that heel to your glutes and extend. So you should feel that stretch through your quad. Your body is perfectly even, right? Shoulders and hips are square. Pulling the navel up away from the floor. You have one more here, pulling that heel to your glute and pull your knee down. Lift your other leg up in a tabletop. Extend your left arm long and strong. Release your shoulder up towards your ear and pull your shoulder down. You've got 5 of these. Pull the shoulder down. Use and feel those back muscles pulling in strong to get that shoulder down in its socket. Good. One more. Hold it down there. Flex your foot and extend that leg from your hip socket without letting your hip lift or rotate out to the side. So you should feel that where your hamstrings insert into your glutes, lift just a little and lower. It's important to pull your ribs and your navel up away from that mat. Hold, put your hand down and pull your heel to your glutes and extend. So keeping your hips square to the floor. Try not to do anything weird rotationally with those arms. So your elbows kind of face each other, the crease of those elbows. Last one, we pull in and then let the knee come down to the floor. Sit down into child's pose so you get that stretch. And turn yourself over onto your back. All right, so I want you to pull your legs into tabletop. Hold your heels together. Draw your heels together down to the floor. Imagine you have a basketball in between your knees. So you're gonna pull your knees together Keep going. I'm going to turn and show you. If you're pulling your knees together, it's as if you have something between your knees. So the energy is pulling your legs together even though there's nothing there, but you can feel those inner thighs, those adductors start to work as you're lowering those legs and lifting them back up. Let's not forget the work of our back. It's got to engage in order to keep your shoulders down. And let's press our arms strong into the mat so that you can feel those triceps in the back of your arms. Use your breath. It's an inhale as you lower, and big exhale. Use the low belly to pull the legs up. We're going to advance this into the hundreds. So we pull our legs up into tabletop. Reach our arms overhead, keeping our shoulders down, and draw our arms back to our hips. Our palms face the ceiling. Take the arms overhead and back to the hips. Now, can you create resistance? So it's as if someone's pressing against your arms so that you cannot move them, but you're moving them anyway. Use your strength and pull them down to your waist. Good. And again, watch the angle of your knees. Keep your legs in tabletop. So you don't want to be lower and you don't want to be in, right? This is just cheating here. No cheaters. So pull those arms down strong. You can feel the back working. Good. Last one. Let's take our palms up. Keep them up to the ceiling and curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Keep the palms up, shoulders relaxed. You can keep your legs here, or you can advance this. So we're going into the 100 with our palms lifted, variation. So we begin our pumps. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can take your legs up to the ceiling or lower all the way down. You choose. Pull in through the belly. Halfway through, we're going to turn our palms to face the floor. Breathe. Turn the palms down. Pump, pump, pump. Inhale. Exhale. Pull your inner thighs together. Press out through your soles of your feet. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lower your legs all the way down. Arms come overhead. Ribs stay in. Shoulders stay down. Pull your hamstrings into the floor for the roll up. Begin to roll up with control. And slow it down on the way down. So really pay attention, please, to your shoulders when you do this. Pulling your thighs together, pulling your hamstrings down. You don't have to take your arms overhead here. You choose. If you have shoulder issues, maybe you're taking your arms just to the ceiling. Maybe you're taking your arms down to the floor. You choose. Now, if you have neck or eye issues, you're going to continue to do this. For the rest of us, we're going to move into the roll over. I should say anyone with vertigo is also going to stay with this exercise. I want you to roll down with control, slow and stop. Settle those shoulders down, pull your belly in more, and roll down another inch. Hold and roll all the way down. Take your arms to the floor, your legs to the ceiling, and lift those legs all the way overhead. Hold this position, separate your legs, flex your feet. Try to keep your legs parallel to the floor so they're not falling down. I want you to have control. And then roll down with control. Send your legs out to 45, your fingers past your hips, and go again. Lift, separate, flex,
like you're pushing your heels against a wall. And roll down, zip together and lift. Flex, roll down, okay? You can stay with this or we change it up. This time we hold our legs together, flex, roll down. When you get to 45, separate those legs and lift. Good, flex, pull together and roll down. Breathe. And last one. Now I want you to combine this. So if you're still doing the roll up, stay with it. You're gonna roll up, everyone rolls up. And as you roll down, I want you to slow it down. Settle the shoulders down, stop, pause. Roll all the way down, lift the legs and roll over. So we're combining it now. Separate the legs, roll down. Legs come together all the way to the floor. Lift the arms and roll up. Roll over. As you come down, settle the shoulders and stop. Pause. Look straight past your toes. Pull your navel in more and pull those low lumbar vertebrae down into the floor. Come all the way up overhead. Whew, I am tight. Separate, flex those heels and roll down. Zip the legs together, last one gang, and we come all the way up. And we settle those shoulders down, stop. Hold this position and come all the way down. All right, we take our right leg up to the ceiling, rotate our toes outward and firmly plant your lower leg down into the mat so that you feel your hamstring try to touch the mat. We circle our leg across our body and right there you should feel your IT band. Sweep the leg down, around, and up. Stop. Go again. Same direction. Put your hands on your hip bones, and I want you to try to stabilize your hips. How do you do that? By pulling your hip bones together like there's a string, tying it tight. So for those of you who are runners, you might feel that IT band stretching here. That's a good thing. You might feel your piriformis. I do. I feel mine. Good. And reverse. Sweep out, down, around. Again, you can go at your own pace. You can make those circles big, but can you keep your hips stable? That's the point of the exercise. Keep your hips still and be able to work the femur bone in that hip socket. Now, for those of you recovering from a hip surgery, maybe you don't have the rotation. That's okay. Keep your foot straight. Scissor your legs and switch. Lift the leg. Maybe you don't have the same flexibility. That's okay. Cross the midline, sweep down, around, and lift. Make the lift happen from your belly, from your powerhouse. Good. And again, keeping those shoulders down, keeping your triceps firmly planted into the mat. Last one this direction and switch. Sweep out, down, around, and lift. Keep breathing. You should be pulling your abs in. This is not a time to relax. Last one. Circle down, around, and stop. Pull your leg all the way down to the floor. Lift your arms overhead if you have that range and roll up. Stretch forward. Good. All right. I want you to grab the back of your hamstrings and curl your low back down, holding yourself in a balanced position. Okay, so you're just gonna curl your back into a C curve, curling your tailbone out underneath you so you are on the back side of your sits bones, and you should feel that sacrum. But I want you to stay in this hovered position here. Option to remove your hands and make your hands parallel to your legs, or you can stay with this supported position with your hands behind your hamstrings. You choose, okay? You're extending, hold. All right, from here, I want you to roll back 1 inch. Roll back and come right back up. Roll back 1 inch and come right back up. And again, make sure you're rounding your back. One more time is all. Make your belly pull you up. Stretch the legs. Round over the top of yourself, bringing your forehead towards your knees. Hold this position. Stretch. Maybe grab your toes and give yourself a stretch, pulling your head into your toes. All right, we're going to start the ab series. I want you to shift your hips back into the middle of your mat. Pull your leg in for a single leg stretch. Shuttle your shoulders down. We roll down with control. Stay rounded, lift it up, pull, pull, and switch. Here we go. This is a series of 5 exercises. Pull, pull, and switch. Stay curled up over your bottom rib the whole time. If you need a break, take a break. If you have neck pain, you can roll that towel up and rest it behind your head, but stay engaged in your powerhouse. Pull, pull, switch. Make this feel like your belly is doing all the work. Okay, push your legs out. Pull in with the belly. Last one for a double leg stretch. Pull in. Stay curled up as you extend legs and arms away. Wrap the arms around and pull in. It's an inhale to extend, exhale to pull in. 5 more. Good. Extend. 4. Make this as good as you can. Stay curled up. Last 2. What are those shoulders doing? Are they staying down when you reach up? Last 1. Hand over hand behind your head. Lift both legs up. Open the elbows and curl up higher. Lower the legs. Exhale and lift. Lower the legs. Exhale, lift. For those of you who know the order, I'm keeping you guessing because I'm switching it up. Good. Stay lifted. Make that low belly do the work. Go as low as you can control without your low back coming off. 3 more. Last 1. Good. Pull that straight leg in and scissor. Switch, switch. Pull for a stretch, but stay curled up as you switch. Switch. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand over hand behind your head for crisscross or bicycle. Hold, lift, and switch. Hold, lift, higher, switch. So you're lifting higher as you switch. Eyes are on the back elbow as you switch and breathe. This is your pace. Switch, switch, curl up, switch. You got 8, 7, 6, come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit yourself up for spine stretch forward. Nice job. Keep it moving. Option is to roll your mat behind you to lift your hips up a little in case you're tight. So we inhale to breathe. Exhale to round forward. Shoulders down. Inhale to lift. This is a breathing exercise purposely in this order so that you get a little recovery after that ab series that you just had. So you are welcome. Thank you, Joseph, for putting this order together. Keep those shoulders down. Give me a bigger exhale as you round forward to stretch more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round forward to stretch more. Reach without the shoulders creeping up. Inhale, stack that spine higher. Exhale, round. I want you to grow taller this time as you lift, lift, lift. Good, and again. Good, stack up. Put your mat back. I want you to put one more spine stretch forward. Flex those feet. Come up, and this time we're going to grab our ankles for open leg rocker. So you make sure that you have enough mat behind you to roll back if you choose to. Your knees are only as wide as the frame of your body, but I want you to hover in this position. You've been in this position before. Remember when we were holding our hands behind our thighs? But remember that feeling when you were holding behind your thighs and creating that C curve? Remember how you had to pull your abs in to create that real rounded lumbar spine, and you removed your hands or not? That's the feeling I want you to have here. Only this time our arms go in between our legs, grabbing our ankles, shoulders relaxed, and now we extend our one leg and we bend. As you extend your leg, I want you to feel like your leg is pushing into your hand and your hand is pulling your leg into the midline of your body. So you create some resistance. In fact, you should probably feel your adductors right here as you switch legs. Those are your inner thighs, right? So you're holding the strength with your powerhouse of that rounded lumbar spine, C curve. And your eyes are straight ahead on the horizon. Okay, we at no time lift our shoulders. Let's go ahead and lift both legs and extend. And this time when you extend both legs, it's a great time to practice. Oops, almost lost it there. Practice that tension of the hands pressing into the legs and the legs pressing into the hands. And you can go at your own pace here. So my hamstrings are extremely tight, as my hip flexors. So this feels great, but it's also a little uncomfortable in a good way. Now hold them up. Can you hold here? If you can't hold straight legs, no biggie. You can even hold behind your hamstrings if you want. But the goal is to have straight legs and roll back and roll up and find that hovered position where you were and go at your own pace as you roll back and come up. If you lose it, try again. Breathe. Big exhale as you come up. You can change that breath too because it feels differently as you inhale to come up. Ooh, today is not my day. One more. Okay, that was ugly for me. We're gonna roll down with control onto our back with our legs to the ceiling for corkscrew. So our legs are glued together directly over our hips. So feel where that is. So I can feel when my legs are closer over my heart versus right over my hips. I'm taking my legs over to the right, down, around, and stop at center. Reverse, down, around, and stop. Reverse, down, around, and lift. So for those of you who chat with me on a normal basis in and out of class, I just went through a cleanse this week. I'm not quite done with it. but it's a good way to reset your body. Feeling so much better now that I am done, almost done. I'm near the end. It's amazing how much better you feel when you eliminate all the crap. All right, you're gonna now lift and lower those hips in between repetitions. So we circle down, around, stop, lift the hips, lower the hips with control, and reverse. Good, one more time here. Down, around, and lower those legs all the way down to the floor. Arms come overhead and roll all the way up. All right, I want you to turn and face the screen, and you're grabbing your towel. So if you don't have a towel, no big deal. Okay, so if you don't have a towel, you're gonna have to just create the energy, right, on your own. So this is one of my favorite exercises. So you're gonna roll your shoulders for me. Feel your shoulders and pay attention to your back here. So you should feel your back muscles actually pull your shoulders down into their sockets. Hold them there. Pull the towel apart. Pull it apart so that you feel your upper back connect and you start to feel it work, okay, in between your shoulder blades. All right, now I want your belly to work with it. So we're gonna roll back just 2 inches, barely. You're still on your sits bones. And we lift our arms, keeping our shoulders down, and pull that towel apart. And then we lower our arms, pulling the towel apart the whole time, keep our shoulders down, and we roll back 2 more inches. And we lift, slow and control. And we lower, and we roll back 2 more inches. Hold, lift, pull the towel apart, and lower. And roll back, feeling your bottom ribs get closer to the floor. Lift, and lower. Last time, roll back, and lift. I am starting to sweat. Roll all the way up. Okay, this time, I want you to grab with your hands together. And I want you to hold this position, okay? I feel my shoulders and my upper back. They're working. Now you roll back just halfway. Hold this position. Keep your arms long and strong. Don't move your arms. I want you to move your rib cage to the right. Your arms go along for the right. Rotate to the right side as far as you can. And then rotate to center. Curl your back and roll up. Can you do that without lifting your shoulders? Okay, again. We roll back halfway. Hold. Rotate to the left with your ribs, not with your arms. Stay back in that same position. As you come to center, pull your navel in stronger and then come up. Okay, so don't forget about that piece. Roll your shoulders out. We're gonna do that again. Roll back. Hold. Rotate with your rib cage. As you come to center, pull your navel in stronger. Exhale and come up. Good job, you guys. Stay with me, roll back. Hold. Take your ribs to the other side. As you come to center, pull your navel away from your clothing and roll up with control. Good job. All right, now I want you to come onto your back and do some bridge work before we go into the side kick series. So your feet are hip width apart, but kind of close to your bottom. Curl yourself up into a bridge and then slowly lower back down with control. So curl up and roll down. And this time you hold yourself up. Draw your knees further away from your shoulders. Press your fingers longer towards your heels and give me a little pulse up, squeezing your glutes and opening your hip flexors. So lift, 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 hold the lift, hold the squeeze, keep squeezing and lifting the pelvis up higher pubic bone than your hips. And then exhale and just get your thoracic spine down on the mat. And then work through your lumbar spine as you roll down with control. Walk your toes in closer so your feet and knees are together and curl all the way up again. Hold this position and we pulse, little pulses up. You should now feel your inner thighs work and the hamstrings and the glutes. And as we do this, you're pulling your hip bones together. Cinch that string tighter. Hold, hold up, hold up, hold up, breathe. Reach your fingers towards your heels. Good, and then we work down through our thoracic spine. Use the strength of your powerhouse to curl and find each imprint of each vertebrae down into the mat. Keep your legs together and lift up with control. Hold the lift, extend the right leg long, keep your hips together and level. And we pulse one leg, 4, 3, 2, hold up, extend the long leg, maybe to the floor if you have that range of motion. We kick and lift, kick and lift, kick and lift. Maybe make it bigger for 4, 3, 2, hold it down, keep your hip up, slide your heel along the floor back into place and roll through your spine to come back down. Let's do that again. Curl and round all the way back up. Hold the lift, extend the other leg up, keep your hips level, pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen the leg, kick and lift, kick, lift. Keep your inner thighs together when they're out together. Now all the way bigger for 4, kick, lift, 2, 1, heel down, slide in, lower your spine down. Good. Sit yourself all the way up for saw. So I'm gonna face you. You can stay where you're at. But when you're doing saw, your arms go out to a T, shoulders up, now anchor them down. Get taller out of your low back, flex your feet, rotate with your rib cage, look behind you, and round forward. Arms stay parallel to the floor. Exhale here. Now sit up tall, twist through center, and rotate the other way. Look back and round forward as if someone is stretching your arms to make them longer, pulling them apart. Sit up taller every time. Exhale. It's another breathing exercise here. Rotate and twist and lift. Good. And twist and lift. Good. One more. One more on the other side. And twist. Good. Sit up tall here. Pull your legs together. Settle your shoulders down. Rotate to the side. Sit up taller. Rotate to the other side. You've got 4 on each side here. I want you to exhale as you twist. Keeping the shoulders down. Lift up through your low back. 1 more on each side. Last one. Now I want you to round your forehead towards your knees. Grab behind your legs to pull in for a deeper stretch. Okay, and now we're gonna roll onto our belly. So you're lying on your back. So arms go, hands under your shoulders, legs long away from you, and pull your navel away from the mat. Legs hip width. So slide your legs further away from your shoulders so you can feel those hip bones press into the mat. And we lift up for swan. Hold, shoulders stay down, exhale and lower. You can stay with this exercise if you have neck issues, or you can begin to work your cervical spine. Hold the left, look right, chin down, around to the left, back to center, exhale, lengthen long to come down. Inhale, left, hold the left, look left, chin down, around to center, and lower. Inhale, lift, hold the left, stay at that same height, chin down, around, back to center, exhale, lower, give me one more. Inhale, lift, look down, around, back to center, and lower down. Let's go into swan dive. So we're gonna extend our arms long and away, and we're gonna kick our legs up to the ceiling. So go with your swan, just like you did. Hold, send your arms out, lift and lower your legs, catching your arms under you each time. And now remove the catch. Lift and lower, lift and lower down. Sit back into child's pose. Good, that was a good back strengthener, low back. And we roll up onto our side. Let's work those hips. So slide yourself along the back side of your mat, stack your hips, and bring those feet to the front corner of your mat. We're gonna lift our leg, hip height, flex your foot, kick forward and back. Kick, kick. So the last few Fridays, I have not done the side kick series, and I really miss it. My hips are missing it. They miss feeling it. Okay, good. Now take that leg, hovering over, point the toe, and rotate your femur bone up to the ceiling. And then we circle the leg, circle, circle. Now, this shoulder that's up close to the ceiling, pull it down and keep it down. Keep your head looking straight ahead so you keep your neck in alignment. Reverse switch. Now pull that leg up and around like your foot is a matchstick striking that box. Down, around, and up. Good. Hold the leg, rotated, lift and lower. Can you lift without letting your side body sink down? So you want to keep that side body really long, like you're trying to use your obliques to push that hip down and away. And now, passe. I was gonna say plie. This is not plie, it's passe. Good, stretch. So as you lift that leg, try to get that knee back behind the shoulder and then reach long. Without rotating your top hip back. You're pulling that top hip forward. Good, now let's reverse. Slide the leg in and lengthen and go. Smooth it out. When you bend that knee back, right there, don't collapse your side body. You're still keeping your side body long. Good, keep your neck long and relaxed. Last one here. Hold this position. Take your top toes, I'm gonna move my towel. Take your top toes down towards the floor with your heel lifted. And then take your top toes down behind the other foot. So we go in front, up, around to the back, creating an arc. Up, around to the front and to the back, and not moving anything else. Okay, so you're still square to the front. So tap, up and around. Now heel, forward and back, forward and back. Working that hip. I'm feeling my hip. I don't know about you. I'm pulling my bottom foot down into the floor to anchor me. And now lift the leg, pull it in, and plant it down. If you need to grab the front of that foot, grab the front. Okay, right there, you should feel a stretch because you're actually pressing your knee outward. Go ahead and do that for a nice stretch. And then we pull that leg, anchor it there. Lift the bottom leg, square your foot, flex it, pull it back, and then lift and lower. So let's work that inner thigh. Pull the back of that lifting leg back further. So you create a nice long body. Pull your navel in and up. And you're breathing, right? Shoulders down, finding all of those connections. And now circle that leg up, around, and back. Good. It's important to keep that belly engaged here so you don't go into that low back. And reverse now. Up, forward, back. Creating as big of a circle here as you can. Good. Last one here. Lift both legs into a bent knee position with your heels lifted, and then open and close your knees. So it's just the top leg that's moving, working that hip still, and we're about to incorporate our glutes here. So I want you to hold the squeeze of the knees and lift that top leg, hovering off the bottom without touching, and extend your top leg back to a high diagonal and pull that leg back in. So we extend and pull in. When you extend, don't arch your back. Pull that navel in and extend. Last one here. Hold the leg out there. Pull the leg out in little circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Walk your hands up for mermaid. So our transition. We curl up and over ourselves. Shoulders down through center. Curl up and over the other way. Lift your side bodies. Lift up and over. My knees are very much separated, so you can pull them together. You can stack them. You choose where you want them to be. However, I want your focus to be getting your opposite hip down to the floor. So you should feel that hip. Stay in that stretch. You should feel that hip pulling down into the mat. And now pull your hands behind you, elbows bend, pull your knees in together for can-can. We go to the right and to the left, and we stabilize our body so that our upper body doesn't move at all as we use our belly to turn our legs to the right and to the left. You should feel those obliques work. And one more to the other side. Okay, we stack our knees for mermaid on the other side. So we curl up and over. And we lift both side bodies to curl up and over. As you come through center, check your shoulders. Breathe. Obliques lift up and curl over. Good. And again, you guys are going to feel great after this. You're going to feel stretched and you're going to feel like your belly's a little flatter. Long, lean muscles, right? I am reminded that I need to do this more. Hold this stretch, hold the stretch. Try not to rotate your top foot, top shoulder towards the floor. And now line yourself up on the side of your mat. Feet are to the front, hands supporting your head. Anchor your top arm down, lift the bottom leg, kick, 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 kick. So eyes straight ahead, square your hips and shoulders to the front. Don't arch your back as you pull the leg back. Kick, 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 kick. Forward and back, strong leg. Good, last one. Take your toes, rotate them up and circle. circle, 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 like a matchstick striking the box. Sweep up, around. Try not to make that circle reverse. Move the rest of your body. So you're pulling that belly in strong, thinking about, oh yeah, when we do our side lying work, we really are trying to keep both of our side bodies long and the same length. Okay, now lift that leg up and lower. Lift and lower. Let's work that hip, gang. Good. Think of reaching the crown of your head longer away from you. Good. Think of that bottom heel reaching further out of your hip. Now we're going to go into passe. So we lift, bend, slide it out, and lift. Try not to dump through your top side body as you lift that leg. Try not to collapse. Try to keep that hip pressing away. Now let's reverse that. So extend, lengthen, and pull in. And maybe you don't feel the same on both sides, and that's okay. Totally normal. But it should give you an idea on what you need to work on, right? We're all reminded of what we need to work on when we do Pilates, and that should not be discouraging. It should motivate you. You can do Pilates every day. Even if you just come in from a run, just do some of it. Grab that foot. Oh, we forgot the toes. You're right. It's like I can hear you. Toes tap to the front, heel up, lift, creating an arc, lift, up and over. Lift, up and over. I know in my class, you would say, Dawn, you forgot this one. So yes, definitely want to keep our bodies even on both sides. Lift, up and over. Lift. Push your head into your hand to create some openness through that cervical spine. All the while those shoulders stay down. Lift up and over. Our time always goes so fast together. Okay, this time we lift up and over and pull that knee in. Oh, we forgot the heel. Duh. Heel down, lift, and come back. So it's Friday. I was still in recovery mode with my kids this week, trying to heal the one that got infected with that wisdom teeth extraction. And that was a mess. Spent some time in the ER, which was a total waste. Should have totally trusted our oral surgeon to begin with. He was fabulous. Bring that leg forward and now lift the bottom leg. All right, let's go. Actually, before you lift the bottom leg, push that knee to open. Thankfully, my little Keegan is healing now, but he looked like he had elephantitis on the one side of his face. Just pull your leg back to the back side of your mat and keep your knee open. And then we lift and lower. See, I'm taking your mind off of the work. Lift from the inner thigh, not from your foot. See the difference? Here's lifting from your foot. Look at my foot. And then here's lifting from your inner thigh, right? So lift from your inner thigh. Good. Pull your navel in, pull your head into your hand. Good, last one, and we create the circles, up, around, and left, up, and around. Keep your leg long, like you're trying to reach it past the edge of your mat. And then reverse, lift up, around, and back. Some of you have been sending me recipes. Thank you for that. I very much appreciate that. I like Pilates, don't like the same thing all the time. So now that I'm cooking all the time, I love the variety. Let's take that leg down, bring the top leg together, and roll onto your belly. All right, I want you to reach your hands behind your back. You can use your towel here if you want So pull the towel apart as you lift and lower. Lift. If you have a bigger range of motion, drop the towel, clasp your fingers together, press your fingers past your hips, and lift and lower. Lift and lower. And one more, and lower. Bend your elbows to pull your hands behind your back, lower your head. Pull your knees together, heels together, and give me a kick. Pull your heels to your glutes. Kick 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Extend the legs so long they lift off. Arms extend and lower to your head to the other side. Kick 3, 2, 1, and lift. This is where you can see how dirty your floors are. Kick 3, 2, 1, and lift. Other side. Kick 3, 2, 1, and lift. Good, and we lower back down. All right, let's end this game with our push-up series. So let's push ourselves straight up into a plank. Hold the position. Okay, you can go with your elbows wide or narrow. I always prefer narrow because it's harder. So pull your chest up away from the floor. Pull your belly away from the floor. Find that shoulder stabilization that you had at the beginning of class. Stretch your heels long away from you so you feel that stretch through your back, your legs right here. Hold this position and give me one huge breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, push up. 3, 2, last one. Push up. Eyes on your toes. Walk your hands in without moving your hips. Don't move your hips. Hold. Let your head hang. Bend your elbows and hold your elbows with your hands. Let your back hang more. And I want you to turn your head from one side to the other side, letting you get more space in your cervical spine and rounding your lumbar spine. And then curl up with control. Keep your arms together. Arms go overhead and roll back down. Hold this position. Shift your upper body to one side and over to the other side. And then find the mat and walk yourself out for 3, 2, 1. Last one. 3 more push-ups. Here we go. Down and press. Down and lift. Shoulders stay down. Walk in. Of course, you can do this on your knees or your elbows. Hold here, but grab the back of your legs. Let your head hang. Shake your head, yes. Big yes. Let your arms dangle. Shake your head, no. Okay, and now come to your knees with your towel. All right, so barely see me. So I want you to scoot back. I'll scoot back so that you can see me. You're grabbing your towel, okay? And you're going to extend your towel up overhead. I have to change my screen so that you can see me better. Okay, so your arms are overhead and they're about shoulder width apart. So you're going to curl. Remember how I've been talking about keeping both side bodies the same length from your armpits to your hips? So that's the idea, to keep your side bodies the same length as you curl up and over, so you can feel your hip bones stay together. So that opposite hip bone has to be pulling down in order to create part of that lift, right? So you're lifting from your underside and then you stack back up, pull your obliques together, and we curl up and over to the other side, keeping your head in the center of your arms, preferably, and open your shoulder. Don't roll it forward. Keep it back. Good. And work to come back up. As you curl over, you should also not feel your hips shift from one side to the other. So they're staying perfectly still. Come up through center. Work your obliques here. Curl up and over. Head back. Pull up together. And one more time. Curl up and over. Pull in together. A lot of these exercises you can practice on your own. Good, use your breath. Exhale and pull together. Good, let's come back to our cat-cow like we started. So we round, right? And we extend. This time you should be able to feel like you get bigger range of motion here than you did to start. And keeping those shoulders down, of course. I want you to curl your toes under, lift your hips. Hold this position. Extend your top leg. Pull your heel to your glutes so you feel that stretch through your quads. And extend. Pull the knee into your chest, keeping it off the mat, and round your back. Use your belly to pull your knee in. Extend the leg up, flat back. Pull your heel to your glutes. Extend the leg, bend the knee, round the back, pull it in. Extend, flatten the back. Pull the heel to your glutes, stretch your quad. Pull your knee to your chest. Plant that foot back down. Switch sides, shoulders down, lift the other leg. Pull that knee, bend the knee, bringing your heel to your glutes, opening through your quad and your hip flexor. Extend the leg first, bend the knee and pull in and extend and pull, extend, bend in. 2 more. Extend, heel to glutes, straight, bend in. Last one. Straight, heel to glute, straight, pull in, come down to your knees, sit towards the front, wide legs, sit up nice and tall, give me a big inhale, exhale, fold over yourself with your arms behind your back. Press your arms away, bring your nose to the floor, and then stack the spine back up, big inhale. One more time, arms go behind, clasp your hands, round over yourself to stretch, pull your toes apart. Good, stack back up, roll your shoulders, and roll them the other way. Good, take your hands and lift your head off of your shoulders. And then just turn your head kind of from side to side, creating a little traction in your neck. And then pull your chin to your chest. And right back up. And pull your chin to your chest again, elbows wide. I'm creating a little pressure with my hands against my head. It actually feels good. One more time. Keep your toes apart. And stack back up. And now gently take your hand to your opposite ear and gently just draw your head further away from the opposite shoulder. It's not pressing down. It's lengthening long the other way. And we lift the head and we grab and gently pull to the other side. Good, let's do that again. Pull to the other side. Good. Bring your legs in. Give me a big inhale. Exhale. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Friday, and enjoy your fabulous weekend. Stay healthy. Stay safe, guys. It was great to see you. I'm going to unmute you if you would like to chat afterwards.
Where am I at here? Oh. Sorry, it's taking me a minute here. All right, I think it worked. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wait. Oh,
Thanks.
no, I can hear you. You're welcome. You're very welcome. So good to see you. I'm gonna go back to my gallery view. I know some of you are having your kids do it with, and that is so awesome because I've been doing a, Brian, you're not a kid, by the way.
Avery hightailed it out of here.
I've been doing a teen series on our club website to try to get kids and athletes try to keep their shoulder stability, like working and strengthening. And I find that all these little teenagers that I get, most of them are all competitive athletes, and they're all still hunched over, and it's so frustrating, right? So it's, you know, runners and soccer players and, you know, they're just used to being here. And so a lot of what we do is also geared towards that, because I know some of you have your kids doing this. So that's awesome. You're being a good parent. Notice I'm failing in that area.
Well, Dixie joined us for the beginning, so she crawled all over both of us at the beginning. So the dogs can get involved as well.
Yes, yes. Maybe they can work on their hips, right?
I thought it was like goat yoga, but it was dog pillow.
Holly, you're still muted. I can't hear you. It's funny that I have like the last remainders are the New Jersey peeps.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I had a client drop off some flowers to me this week. That was kind of a nice surprise. She's like, last Friday you said that you were having a bad week. I was like, oh, that was really sweet of you.
That's nice.
Now I'm not muted. I don't know why you muted me. Why did you mute?
I think that was maybe from the beginning of class when I muted everyone.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's good. It's all the New Jersey people.
Yeah. I know all my East Coast people are texting me saying, I hear Colorado is lifting. And I'm like, it sounds like we are, but.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't even sure if you were going to do it today. Thought maybe you were at the gym.
So actually, I wish. We are probably going to be doing this for another month.
Okay.
So, because our gym will not be opening during the first phase. So it's too big. It has, you know, tennis and swimming and golf and like all that. So it's too many employees. They, you know, we're not classified in that first phase of opening. So I'll be doing this video for another month at least.
Are smaller gyms in Colorado opening now?
The ones who are like sort of boutique places, you know, strip mall places where it's one-on-one private sessions, only in certain counties. So what happened was our governor opened and he created the lift similar to how we've phased into this. So it's groups of 10 or less, still keeping your distance. However, most of the mayors overruled that and said, sorry, our county is not going to abide by that because our numbers are too high or whatever. So we're a county that I think there's only 3 counties total that have had the lift. It was funny actually on a news radio station today, they were talking about the lift in Douglas County, which is where we used to live down by Castle Rock. And they were saying, oh, we're so excited. Cinnabon is open and the restaurants are still closed. And there's a big outlet mall down there that's a big kind of tourist attraction. And they were like, but the outlet mall's closed. No retail stores are open yet. So there's like 2 more things that are open. It's like dry cleaners, dentists. I think they can do elective surgeries now. So yeah, it sounds like it's better, but it's really not. I mean, you don't feel a difference, you know?
Well, it's better to be safe.
Yeah.
Holly, how about you? Where you're at? Any
Well,
lifted?
supposedly tomorrow they start letting them, because they just closed the bridges here. And like, oh no, nobody can come in. Only you have to be full-time resident for the last like 6 weeks or something. So people couldn't even get to their vacation homes, which was causing this big, huge battle here. And then tomorrow, I think they're opening to non-resident property owners. And then in a couple weeks, but it's supposedly they're going to start, if everything goes well, then they're going to start opening to tourists. But in our Pilates studio, I've been doing a little bit of teaching here, and she wants to open. She's like, can you teach in June? And I started to think about it. I'm like, so if they start letting the tourists in, I'm not really sure I want to be teaching. So I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is a strange feeling when we've been talking about it too with our team. It's like, okay, all the staff will be wearing masks and wearing gloves. But at the same time, I'm like, well, it's exercise, and a lot of Pilates is breathing. And how many times do you accidentally like spit when you're like breathing and you're working out and you're sweating? So I was like, I think I would prefer for all the clients to be wearing masks too. However, if you were to ask me to wear a mask when I'm exercising, would I do that? Probably not. I'd probably just choose to just stay home and just do it like I've been doing it now. I don't know.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I worry that we're going to have another spike, but you certainly can't stay closed. We got to start opening up. So people just have to be good, I guess. I don't know.
Know that the spike is happening. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it will. I mean, I think whenever, even if we stay closed for 6 months, whenever we open, we're going to have a spike. So, I mean, I'm like, let's just get it out. Let's go. Let's try it. You know, why not? I don't know.
Yep, I agree.
I don't know. I know it's not going to be the same. Dawn and I have talked about this. We're like, life is not going to be the same for, if ever, for quite some time, you know?
I know. All right, well, I'm gonna hop on a call. Braden's talking to a coach to hopefully
Yeah.
get questions answered. So
Good luck to him.
Yes. Good. Okay. Go Braden.
we just need some decisions made, that's all.
Sure, for sure. All right, guys.
Thanks, Dawn.
Everybody.